A missing military jet now found, but it's still at the center of a mystery. The F-35 fighter jet disappeared when its pilot had to eject over South Carolina. ABC's Martha Raddatz reports while part of this puzzle is solved, a lot of questions remain.
The Marine Corps breathing a sigh of relief after debris from the $100 million fighter jet was located.
We may or may not have found it. Ground crews are currently searching it. There's not much of it left.
The debris was found some 2 hours northeast of Joint Base Charleston. The jet vanished Sunday afternoon. The pilot of the Marine Corps F-35 safely ejecting near the base after reports of an undisclosed mishap in the cockpit. But there was no sign of the fighter jet, prompting the base to plead with the public on social media. If you have any information that may help our recovery teams locate the F-35, please call the Base Defense Operations Center. Charleston Congresswoman Nancy Mace tweeting, "How in the hell do you lose an F-35? We knew the F-35 was stealth, but this is ridiculous." The jet is equipped with a transponder, a beacon that should have indicated where the jet crashed, and military radar is supposed to be able to track a jet's location.
If there was, say, an electrical failure on board where the transponder, the beams out to the radar, was no longer functioning, then it becomes a stealth aircraft, essentially invisible to radar.
And that was ABC's Martha Raddatz reporting. In the meantime, President Joe Biden using his annual address before the UN, the General Assembly, to encourage other countries to help defend Ukraine against Russia. Biden condemns Russia's aggression and is asking world leaders to stand up for Ukraine's sovereignty. He says it's important that Russia face consequences so no other aggressors take similar actions against other nations.
Looking outside with live cam again, not much to see here except for the brown lawns everywhere.
Everywhere. There is one cloud. I see one.
There is? Oh, yeah, there you go.
That's about all we can give you at this point. And you remember over this summer, well, we're still in summer, but remember the last few months, we've had a lot of CPS Energy yellow days, more than we can ever imagine because it had been so hot. Well, now we're starting to see CPS Energy green days. What does that mean? Not as much conservation, your everyday conservation, the things that we do all year. You can set the thermostat to 78 in the summer, 68 in the winter, typical things. We're expecting green days most of the rest of the week, with ERCOT having plenty of energy to go around. But temperatures are going to be fairly warm as we end the week. We'll see if this gets amended at all. But for the moment, it's a green day through the rest of the work week. Not the band, just CPS Energy green day. 81 Wichita Falls right now, 90 in Dallas, 90 in Waco, 90 in Houston, 89 Laredo, 87 right now in San Antonio. So it's warm statewide. There's not much of a cool down. There's no cold front anywhere to see on this map. And it pretty much stays that way until we get into the weekend. So our forecast today, 94 at 3 o'clock, 96 at 4 p.m., 96 at 5. You still probably are going to have to wait to walk the dog until the evening hours. It's still that hot. 93 at 7 o'clock, 89 at 8 p.m., and then down into the low 80s to maybe upper 70s by midnight into 1 a.m. tomorrow morning. Again, more heat this week, maybe some rain chances this weekend. And we're still tracking some more tropical activity out in the Atlantic. We've got the latest there for you coming up in just a couple minutes, guys.
Thank you, Justin. The push to get the new COVID-19 vaccine not working as well as at least this year's flu shot. According to the latest data that came from the CDC, nearly half of all adults and about 58% of kids are getting the flu shot every year. However, only 21% of U.S. adults got the bivalent booster. That was the latest version available before the Food and Drug Administration authorized an updated COVID vaccine this month. For kids, the numbers are even lower. Even so, virus levels are starting to recede in parts of the country, especially in the South, and the pace of increase is starting to slow down nationwide.
Consumer Reports out with new car seat ratings. The goal is to help parents make safer and smarter decisions on products for their family. ABC's Rihanna Ali has a closer look at how Consumer Reports tested those products.
It's one of the most important purchases a parent will make, meant to help keep their kids safe if the unthinkable happens. With so many car seats to choose from, Consumer Reports conducted crash tests like these to help determine its top-rated picks for safety. And this morning, Consumer Reports out with its car seat ratings for the first time free and on a new baby shopping page on its website. GMA getting an exclusive look at how the organization tested more than 100 car seats for safety and ease of use and installation.
Our ratings, our recommendations are backed by scientific rigor, by expertise in our individual fields, by data-driven test results. All of that comes together to give you, as parents, the knowledge and the confidence that you need to make the best choices for your child.
Biomedical engineer and Consumer Reports manager of auto safety, Dr. Emily Thomas, says the prices of car seats can also confuse parents.
An expensive seat doesn't mean that it's a safer seat.
Some of the categories and top picks outlined in the ratings: top infant car seat. Taking the top spot, the Kleck Ling for $460, which testers liked for its crash protection and ease of use. Top convertible car seat, Kiko NextFit Zip for $320 for crash protection and fit to vehicle. And top booster for those older kids. Consumer Reports likes the Nuna Ace for its good belt fit. It retails for $250. Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
A major shift is expected from the Federal Reserve this week, and if you're thinking about buying a car or house, it could mean good news for you.
And Elon Musk continues making changes to X, formerly known as Twitter, and his latest idea could cost you money. Why he says charging all users a monthly fee would help make the app better. Hold on, X users. Elon Musk is considering charging a monthly service fee for all X users. Musk made the comments while talking to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu about anti-Semitism on social media. Musk says that bots are a big reason for that hate speech on X. He thinks the best way to stop them is to start charging people to use X. It's not clear if Musk will actually roll out the fees. He did not clarify how much people would have to potentially pay.
We could see a pause in interest rate hikes this week, and that's important. CNN's Jen Sullivan explains what that could mean for your wallet, especially if you're in the market for a home or a car.
A critical week for borrowers. On Wednesday, the U.S. Federal Reserve is expected to announce a decision on interest rates, and several economic data point to a pause in hikes.
And the Fed, I think, here is very cognizant of the fact that it doesn't want to overdo it and tip the economy into recession.
While inflation is much lower than it was last year, it's still far higher than the Fed's 2% target. And while economists like Joe Brusuelas says there's still a lot more work ahead to lower inflation, he says the U.S. economy is strong and we may not see another interest rate hike this year. That could mean a solid break for borrowers looking to get a new credit card or a loan to make big purchases like a car or a home.
You see auto rates anywhere between 3% and 6%. The average rate on a credit card is near 24% at this point.
When it comes to homes, the 30-year fixed rate mortgage averaged 7.18% for the week ending September 14th. That's up from 6.02% a year before. But Brusuela says mortgage rate relief is on the way if the Fed indicates at or near its peak with rate hikes.
I don't think 7% is going to be the new normal going forward. And my sense is we'll see in that 4.5% to 5% rate going forward.
However, there's also the chance that more interest rate hikes could be ahead this year, which could prolong the pain for borrowers.
The difficulty always here is knowing when to stop. And monetary policy, higher interest rates, takes a while to have an effect.
For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
Outside with a live camera. What do you say? Fall was coming this weekend, but we're still falling into the same old pattern.
Pretty much.
Not really fall.
Well, it's not 100 degrees today, right?
There's that. In 2019, we did get there, Ursula. It was 100 degrees on this day. So it shows you we can still get there, but we don't have it in the forecast. And man, we'd love to go back to 1981. 46 was the low on this day in 1981. So it also shows you we can get cold fronts. It can get cold this time of year. It's a big transitional time. There are no fronts in the forecast, at least for right now. We'll take a look at that 7-day forecast for you coming up.
Well, the good news is it's not 90 at noon.
Yeah, there's that. I'm just, I've got so many questions about this fall, though. Are we going to see any fall foliage? How are our trees going to recover, getting ready for the fall with the harsh winter that's coming?
Yeah, we were just discussing that, and we went back to February. We had the big ice storm up there across the hill country, which caused a lot of limbs to come down. And then you had the drought, so a lot of the trees are really suffering. I mean, I haven't seen oak trees lose leaves like they have this year ever before. And then, it's still dry, and we've had all this heat. I think the trees are really taking one on the chin, and we'll see where we end up in the fall. But I think fall foliage is kind of maybe a bit hopeful to see that, because there's just the way things are shaping up. It doesn't look great. Doesn't mean things can change a little bit, but the way the forecast is looking, if we're going to see any of that, it's going to be pretty far down the road. So let's take a look at air quality. And yesterday we had Ozone Action Day. We're seeing that again today. So it's in the unhealthy category for those who are sensitive. If you have asthma, this can bug you. So far, the air quality is probably somewhere in that range, the unhealthy category. So we'll keep tabs on that. Temperatures right now, 87 degrees. New Braunfels is at 90. Feels like 89 here in town. Feels like 93 in New Braunfels. So there is some humidity out there. It's not super thick, but thick enough. Bernie is at 84. No heat index there. Same story in Kerrville. Well, we're only tacking on a degree. 87 feels like 88. And as we look at the satellite picture here, the cloud cover starting to kick in a little bit down towards Beeville and Victoria. So those are those fair weather cumulus clouds. Likely not going to bubble up into any showers or storms like they did yesterday. And in fact, here around San Antonio, we're not really even seeing clouds. And you go northwest of town, it is completely clear. Full sun, and that'll boost those temperatures. It already has in Del Rio. It's 90 there. 84 in Rock Springs, 87 in Kerrville, 90 in New Braunfels, 92 in Gonzales, 93 in Kennedy, and around Bexar County, low 90s, Rio Medina, Castroville, 89 at Stinson, 90 right now in New Braunfels. As we said, in the forecast today, it takes us up to about 96 or 97. It may feel a degree warmer than that for a time this afternoon. Even in the hill country, we're talking low to mid 90s. So another very summer-like day. We have to be concerned with these dew points. They're not horrible today, as I said, but they do climb. So as we get into, say, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, dew points jump up into the mid-60s, and that's when we start to see the heat index potentially jump up to around 100 or so, and that's not fun. And I wish we could get a front down here to kind of squash all that humidity, push it all out of here in the heat, but still not in the cards yet. We need some big storm system to come across the country, and we started to see that during the fall, but it just hasn't taken shape yet. So far, everything's kind of still moving west to east. You don't see that big dip in the jet stream that we'd love to see this time of year. So here's a look at the futurecast. And we have high pressure in the upper levels starting to nudge in. Now, there is one area of low pressure that takes shape out west, but notice how it moves north. That takes a lot of the energy with it. So it's trying to push a front south across the plains, but it doesn't have a whole lot of success doing that. So it makes it to central Texas, but I don't think it makes it through San Antonio. And that's Sunday, by the way, so still a ways away. But we're hoping maybe it gets close enough by late Sunday into Monday, just close enough that we could maybe get some showers and storms. It's still a big question because of, again, that push is just not strong enough to get it all the way down here. We'll keep you posted. Right now we have a 20% chance of rain in the forecast. Meantime, out in the tropics, we've got a 30% chance of development along the east coast. Another area where we could see some development off the coast of Africa. We've got Nigel here. Has a ridiculously large eye. This is interesting. Just the way this is shaped, it's a very odd-looking storm. But winds are at 90 miles per hour, gusting to 115. It's moving north-northwest at about 16 miles per hour, and the track takes it north and stays out over water, probably becoming extra tropical at this point as it moves into the cold waters near the UK. But not a lot going on there. Meantime, extended forecast, 97 Wednesday, 97 Thursday, 96 Friday. Fall officially begins Saturday, and there are those small rain chances I alluded to. Sunday into Monday, maybe a little bit of a cool down on Monday with a high of 94, guys.
Still pleasant. Thank you.
While we struggle to get even a glimpse of fall in Texas, we are seeing signs that Christmas season is approaching.
Too soon. Too soon.
Exactly. How you can already get into the holiday spirit and help make someone's wishes come true. The U.S. Postal Service now accepting letters for its annual Letter to Santa program. The program helps kids in need have a great holiday, and this is now its 111th year. Kids can write a letter with specific details of what gift they want, and the requests are put on a website so generous strangers can adopt letters and send the gifts anonymously.
Okay, it's not too early for this. You got to plan ahead. The letters can be sent to Santa Claus 123 Elf Road, North Pole 88888. They need to be postmarked by December 11th. The website USPS-Operation-Santa.com will then open the letter. That website is going to open up for letter adopters. Those are the people that want to grant those wishes on November 20th. More than 25,000 wishes were mailed in last year, and nearly all of them were answered. And David, you're too old to send a letter.
You're never too old, Ursula.
Okay.
Ask Santa to bring gifts. Registration is now open for the Salvation Army's 2023 Angel Tree program. Parents and guardians who want to sign up their children, here's what you have to do. You got to go online at salvationarmysatx.org. Registration every day from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. until next Friday, September 29th, or until all the slots have been filled.
Now, in order to register, parents must provide a current photo ID, proof of guardianship that has the child's birth date on it, proof of residency, and proof of income. The Angel Tree program's goal is to have a gift under the tree for children, infants through 12 years old. The Salvation Army says more than 6,000 local children are expected to qualify for this year's program. For all the details, you can find this story on KSAT12.
But here's the key. You have to write the letters. No texting, no emailing. You have to write the letters. So you have to sit down with your child.
We're talking snail mail here for those. We have to translate.
At least they get off that electronic thing and they have to literally get a pen and pad and write their letters.
Yes.
I like
Extra
that.
points if it's in cursive.
I know. Indeed. And then you might get a prize, like something yummy.
Yes, like these right here. We have Lori Hernandez from Oh Yeah Cakes. And you have got some great fall flavors, right?
We do, yes. This is a pumpkin cinnamon cake.
Ooh, and you got a big birthday coming up. Happy early birthday.
Oh, thank you. Celebrating Saturday, vendors, food, music, all sorts of giveaways.
That sounds fantastic. All right, Saturdays, a lot of times, tailgating time, and the unofficial tailgating center of San Antonio is
The Board Couple. They are going to elevate your tailgate, and we are going to show you how.
and even have some beer pairings. All right, head up toward, speaking of football, head up toward A&M and Ronan Farm and Restaurant. This is their late summer watermelon salad. They grow most everything right there. We're going to tell you about that. There's a place that you can stay there, and they have their full moon dinners under the stars, 9-course chef sample dinner.
And how about some aguas frescas and chilaquile from Chilaquil?
Yes, indeed. And back to fall flavors. What's your favorite fall flavor? Scan the QR code. We got a whole list of them you can see right there. Pumpkin's still in the lead, but caramel is bringing up a close second.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
I like
it
them
is.
all. Apple.
Keep weighing in.
We need to combine caramel and apple.
You
How
can
about the
never
caramel
pick
apple?
just one.
I know. I like them all.